Once upon a time, in a quaint little town, a renowned philosophy professor, known for his unique teaching methods, decided to pay a special visit to a local primary school. The day he arrived at the classroom, a glint of intrigue sparkled in his eyes as he held a large, empty glass jar under his arm. The children sensed that this would be no ordinary school day. With an air of playful mystery, the professor placed the glass jar on the table before the curious students. From under the table, he brought out a pile of large stones, each about the size of a fist. Carefully, he began placing the stones into the jar, one by one, until it could hold no more. Turning to the class, he posed a question. "Is this jar full?" The students, noting that no more stones could fit, nodded in agreement and replied, "Yes." But the professor had more in store for them. He then produced a bag of pebbles and started pouring them into the jar, gently shaking it to allow the pebbles to settle into the spaces between the stones. The pebbles were much smaller, yet they found their place among the larger stones. Again, he asked the class, "Is this jar full now?" Some of the students hesitated, understanding his point, while others agreed, "Yes." Undeterred, the professor revealed a bag of sand and began pouring it into the jar. The tiny grains filled every remaining gap between the stones and pebbles. For the third time, he asked, "Is the jar full now?" This time, the students caught on and responded, "Probably not." Finally, the professor took out a jug of water and poured it into the jar, saturating the sand. Only then did he agree that the jar was indeed full. He looked at his students and began to explain the profound symbolism of this demonstration. "This jar represents your life," he said. "The stones symbolize the most important things: your family, your health, and your dreams. Even if everything else was lost, and only these remained, your life would still be full and meaningful. The pebbles represent the other things that matter, like your job, your house, and your car. And the sand, well, it represents the small stuff, the trivial things that can easily fill your days." He continued, "If you fill your life with the sand and pebbles first, there will be no room for the stones, the critical aspects that define your essence and happiness. So prioritize the stones, spend quality time with your loved ones, take care of your health, and pursue your dreams passionately. Don't let the routine and trivialities take precedence over what truly matters." As the professor concluded his speech, a thoughtful student raised her hand and asked, "But professor, what about the water? Where does that fit into our lives?" The professor smiled at her insightful question and responded, "Ah, the water. The water signifies that no matter how full your life may seem, there's always room for a cup of coffee or tea with a friend, small moments of joy, relaxation, and connection with others. It's about finding balance and making space for these unexpected, unplanned experiences that enrich our lives. In our journey through life, we often find ourselves juggling between priorities, trying to fit everything into the limited hours of the day. But it's essential to remember to prioritize the stones, the things that truly matter first. Nurture your relationships, take care of yourself, and pursue your passions fearlessly." He concluded, "Let your life be driven by the things that fulfill your soul and enrich your spirit. Make every moment count, and don't just count the days. By balancing the stones, pebbles, sand, and water in the jar of life, you will lead a fulfilling life, full of experiences that truly matter to you." And so, the students learned a valuable lesson that day: to prioritize what is most important in life, to cherish the meaningful connections, and to savor the small moments of joy that make life truly worth living. From that day forward, they vowed to fill their jars wisely, ensuring that the stones of family, health, and dreams always held the most prominent place in their journey of life.